Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire ordinal space, everything ordinals, nothing but ordinals. Welcome to the show, guys. We have another amazing team discussion today. Today we have the amazing 0xBrown from Inscribable. These guys are really doing a special things. We're definitely taking a deep dive lately into more of the rare set type things. So we're gonna get into that more and more because we believe that, especially with Bison Labs talking about potential tokenizing these palindromes and these hitman sats and all types of things like that. So we definitely want to take a deep dive into this type of stuff. So without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up? I'm extra hyped today.
Yeah,
got a lot of energy. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Yep, yeah, man. We have a lot of things going on right now, so it's hard to concentrate on some of the things that's really happening. But we'll get into that later. Let's what do you think about Inscribable?
I love it actually, and I believe I don't know if it was Brown that was on one of our spaces, but I believe it was either him or representative of Inscribable on there, and it was just the idea of being able to kind of launch your collection or inscribe directly to these rare and interesting sats. I thought that was awesome. It's all about user experience, right, and making that as easy as possible. So really love the idea, really love the what the website looks like, and kind of eager to learn more.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're doing some stuff with ordinals as well, so that should be fun to really get into. So without further ado, let me bring in Mr. 0xBrown from Inscribable and from Ordinal Hashes. Going to definitely take a deep dive into those. What's up, Brown?
Hey, GM. Great to be on the show, man. Really excited to be on the show.
Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
Thank you. So on this show, if as our viewers know, we like to take a deep dive into the person. We love projects, and we're all about like taking deep dives into projects. But first, we need to get we need to know who we're talking to. So if you could just take us into your pre-crypto journey and kind of lead us all the way up to the first time you heard that magical word called Bitcoin.
Yeah, amazing. So I've always heard about Bitcoin since 2015, but I really, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I mean, it was just, it sounded cool, right? But it didn't make so much sense to me, right? Most of us, a lot of people just accepted the idea and it was really cool for them. But, there were some of us who were really like, hard heads, if I could say something like that. Yeah. So I followed the story till about 2018, and I was like, oh damn, I've missed so much more. I've missed a lot of things about cryptocurrency. I think I got started with Ethereum, right? Then around 2019, I started mining Bitcoin, right? Like I started mining Bitcoin in my office, right? Because I was actually doing some coding back then before I actually focus on products. So currently I'm more into products. Like I manage products. I lead dev teams to build products, right? So back then I was trying to do so I was actually working with a payment company. We were building payment applications, right, for point of sale machines, right? That's what we're doing basically. So when I get to work, I'll try to see, okay, how can I get into Bitcoin? How can I mine Bitcoin? And I had some resources there, and I was mining some Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin was about 4K, if I'm correct. And I just dumped the Bitcoin into a wallet, and a couple a couple years later, it was worth something cool when Bitcoin went up to about 40K, right? So it's been an amazing journey. So that aside, I think 2022 we built something amazing. We saw the system, because I come from a payment background where we create solutions for payment, right? So we built a crypto payment gateway, right? We allowed businesses to or merchants to accept payments like stable coins due to the volatility of cryptocurrency, right? So we specialize in stable coins, USDT, BUSD, and all that. So we enabled merchants accept payments. So it's called Scrape, SKRAPE. So we built something really fantastic. And for almost half a decade, we've been working tirelessly to build payment solutions, right? Then, I mean, I'm a big fan of NFTs, right? Right from 21, I've been minting NFTs. Like, I mean, to be honest, I tell people this and they're like, okay, that's crazy. I actually preferred NFTs to cryptocurrency itself because I, I, I like it resonated so much with me to see, like, you know, because cryptocurrencies, they are like um, currency that you can use to purchase an item. I mean, that's the way I see it. But I saw NFTs as something that gives you like access based on the utility. I'm speaking from the utility perspective. So if you own this NFT, you get access to this particular utility. That actually blew me off, right? And ever since, I've been trying to build a couple of things around NFTs, and I've been trying to onboard a couple of people to NFTs. I mean, I had a lot of friends that I talked with, and I was like, NFTs this, NFTs that, and they're like, oh man, what's wrong with you, man? Shut the hell up, right? We can just, we can just right click these images and get the NFTs, right? But it was all stupid, right? But we actually built something. We did a couple projects and they were amazing. So run down to 2023. January, I was following Udi and he was talking about NFTs and Bitcoin. Okay, sounds cool, but I wasn't really paying much because I wasn't doing a lot of development work anymore. So I wasn't really reading the docs and everything. So it was February, and I heard that they did 10,000 copies of Ordinals, and I'm like, okay, I need to pay some attention to this, right? I mean, because it's if you're a degen, right? If you're into crypto, you know that the early stage is always like a gold mine, right? So what I did was I paid attention to that. I tried to join a couple projects. I tried to buy a couple projects. I'm talking about the days when you could have a community of 300 people, 200 people, and your collections were selling out. Like those days were really crazy, right? It was a lot of money moving around. The market was like really bullish, and we formed a project called the Ordinal Hashes, right? So what we did at that point was we created about 97 images. We created them with hashes, so representations of amazing characters. We made them with hashes using ASCII. So what we did, we made this art, and the community really liked them. We built a very, large, like from February. Yeah, that's when we built the Ordinal Hashes. So it's been a journey, right? So we're not just coming from a month or 2 months ago. We've been building since the very beginning of Ordinals, right? So we did a collection. We sold out the collection around March. It was it was a lot of work. We met a lot of people, made a lot of connections, right? Right. It wasn't easy, but we actually did it. We sold out the collection, and we kind of decided to create something unique for the community. So this way, we don't just have, just another art in your wallet, right? Because it's cool, right? People actually believe that you could just build a project and it's just about vibes and culture, and that's cool. I believe in that too, but I always had a different perspective about NFTs and about inscriptions, in the sense that we have to, as a creator, you have to provide some sort of value for your community. That's a perspective I always had. So that's when we had the idea of building Inscribable, right? So Inscribable was like a utility for the collection of the ordinal hashes, basically. So what we did was, okay, so the service fees we're going to make from Inscribable, we're going to have a specific percentage that we're paying to the holders of ordinal hashes. So that was the plan we intended, and a lot of people were interested in this. I mean, people were buying up to 15 hashes. People were buying 10, 6. I mean, it sold out like a movie. Like the interest really, went up overnight, and it was an amazing journey, right? So we built Inscribable. It was just a platform, right? It started out like a platform, inscription platform, but we decided to ask ourselves like certain questions. I mean, we have other Ordinals inscription tools. Why would people want to use your platform, right? We had to stand out. We had to build something unique. And one of the amazing things about our journey so far is how much our community showed interest and how much our community, you know, tried to help out. I mean, our holders, they really try to look out for us and say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you implement this? The whole concept of exotic sats, it came from a holder. The dude just entered my DM one day and was like, hey, Brown, what's up? Why don't you guys make an inscription platform for special sats? I'm like, okay. And he was like, it was like, I've been hunting for sats. This was like, but this was like March, April. It was like, I've been hunting for sats. I got some pizza sats. I'm willing to give you guys for free. I'm like, okay, for real. And the dude just send them out to us, and we're like, okay, let's do this. Let's build this platform and let's create a free collection, right? And that's how we actually launched a collection called the Scribe Squad. So it's a collection of about 1,600. It was a free mint, all on pizza sats and block 78 sats. We didn't charge. The only thing we charged was service fees, right? Because it took us like a lot of time to build, right? So we have to charge service fees, of which we actually raised some money and we were supposed to give to the holders of the hashes, but they decided to use the money to sweep the floor, and that was really honorable, right? So one of my greatest inspirations so far has been the community. You know, working with people from different countries, working with people from different races, and they're all supportive and they're all about like, we can do more, we can do this, we can build this. I think that's really remarkable, right? So what we had so far, we actually got a lot of direction through the journey. I mean, from where we wanted to be and where we are right now and where we're headed, and where the whole Ordinal community is headed. I've seen a lot of change. I've seen a lot of shift in perspective, and I think we're headed to the right direction, right? So we decided to um, focus on special sats. Let this be our marketing point, right? So we've seen a lot of collections who want to launch. So they want to launch in special sats, and bro, it's really expensive to launch in. Like if you want to launch in uncommons, you want to launch in block 9 sats. Except I think I made a post. I don't know if you guys saw the post I made. It's the current pinned post on Inscribable. So I use the case study. So I'm trying to create some content around case studies and show people how much it would cost to do it, right? And how much.
This one right here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's basically about how much a startup brand would spend on creating a project like the Ordinal Maxi Bees.
Awesome.
Right. So it would cost about 5 point something. I'm not right. 5 point something BTC, and about 1 point something BTC to get the sats. I mean that if they were buying the sats at the current market rate, right? That's a lot of money for someone. And I know a couple projects, like I'm speaking with a couple projects who had to buy the sats for that price. They had to buy about 1,500. And when I'm talking to them and they're like, really, bro, you can do this? So what we're doing at Inscribable is we have the sats. So what we did is we created an extensive network of sat hunters, a very extensive network. So we have a couple sat hunters, really amazing guys who actually do the hunting, and they work with us, right? So what happens here is the community or the project comes to us and they say, okay, this is what we want. We want to launch with this sat. We want to launch on commons. So we have to do our due diligence. We have to ask our questions, right? So it's the basic due diligence, and we provide the sats on our platform, and they don't have to pay to inscribe. They don't have to pay to buy the sats. So people come on the platform and they pay the fees and they inscribe in real time. I mean, this is something that is a game changer for a lot of people who had to spend thousands of dollars. I mean, if you were doing a collection of 500, no matter how small, you're gonna break the bank. I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna break the bank, right? So, but if a project was launching with us and you want to create a large community. I mean, there's always this meta around ordinals of, let's have a small collection, let's have a small collection, this and that. But the truth is, a lot of people want to have large collections, but it's going to be expensive to inscribe a large collection on special sats, right? I think this is one of the solutions we're solving, creating like a real-time solution for special sats, right? I don't know if if I went too far.
No, it's fine. No, that's fine. So basically, Inscribable is, and tell me if I'm wrong. So you guys hire sat hunters to go out and find these rare sats, and then someone like me who wants to start a collection, I go to your website and I inscribe. So you guys don't sell the sats in bulk or anything. You only sell them as I'm inscribing them. Like I have to inscribe them on your site to be able to receive your sats that your team is hunting.
Yeah,
Correct?
exactly. Okay. So if you want to get some sats, I mean, we have amazing platforms like Satin and Magisact, right? So these are amazing platforms. I know the founders, and they're really amazing people. I mean, they've worked for a long time to provide value to the community. So those are really amazing platforms. You can get sat, and I think Magic Eden is working around something like that too. And it's like I actually love the way like the community is paying so much attention to sats currently. So it's really going to be a big deal, because this is something that none of the other digital communities like the Ethereum and Polygon and Solana, they don't have this, and they can never replicate something similar, right?
Yeah.
And this is what makes us unique, apart from being immutable, apart from having our art on chain. Having the sat is like an extra touch that really makes us unique.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. I think that Bitcoin is going to be the premier high value digital asset chain forever, because of like you said, you can't replicate it. It's a part of history, and it's just amazing. And I feel like a lot of the smaller chains that have digital NFTs and stuff, they'll probably fall off, but who knows, maybe not. I just think that this is going to be the place to be. So go ahead.
I totally agree with that. I mean, it's just a matter of time before we start seeing the fall for pages. I mean, it's just a matter of time, because at the end of the day, I mean, for projects who have like a collection of 10K, they have to pay to upload their images and IPFS and others. I mean, it's going to get to a point, if they don't stay profitable, they're going to be like, okay, what the hell? And they stop paying. And what happens? The holders see fall for pages, and that's really bad, right? And this is something that can never happen with Ordinals, because the art is on chain. The art is basically sitting down on the sat, and that's really remarkable.
Yeah. I agree.
Awesome.
The Ordinal Hashes, that's the collection of the project, right?
Yeah, the first collection we had.
Gotcha. So I just want to clarify. So if you are a holder of Ordinal Hashes, you get a percentage of something, or did I mishear that?
No, you heard that correct. So from the service fees we get, we make at Inscribable, we have a standard or a fixed rate that we charge for service fees for a collection. So we have about 30%. They go back to the holders of the Ordinal Hashes.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Really cool. All right. I just want to ask you a question about these guys over here. So, are these considered your inscribables? Is this the hashes right here?
No, we didn't launch from the early days we had to do it but this is the Scribe Squad, the first collection. So the best thing. So what we did, we launched. You can actually go to testnet.inscribable XYZ. So what we did, the first thing we did is we launched our platform on testnet, right? So one of the crazy ideas we had initially, the plan was to onboard people from Ethereum, onboard people from Solana, get some of these founders to launch collections. I mean, we're trying to get people from everywhere and onboard them, right? So we went into these communities, we had collaborations, and we made connections with them.
You said it's
we brought them.
testnet. I'm sorry. What is it?
Testnet. So just Inscribable, then our testnet. Right. So we onboarded people through the testnet. They didn't have to spend real funds. Right. They didn't have to spend real funds. They just had to pay with test tokens to get onboarded. Then we actually launched a collection called the Scribe Squad on special sats, which is a free collection. Right. So the market went really shitty, and some of these guys were like, we're out of here. Right. But the OGs are still here. People who were really building were still here, right? So we've actually been working hard. We've actually been giving value to the community.
Hey, Shizzy, if you go to
Yep.
Magic Eden, you can type in Ordinal Hashes, and then you can see that collection. I believe that's
you
the
might
correct
want to go
one.
you can go to, right? How do I send the link here? Testnet and Inscribable. Maybe you can show that.
You'll see private on the side there, and you can pop it in there.
Yeah, private chat.
Okay. So you may want to go to Ordinal's wallet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So your inscription numbers for this collection is pretty low. Like the low end is 172,000.
Yes, right.
Wow.
Yeah. So all the way
Yeah,
to 602.
so
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it should have been lower because we were pretty early. So starting out the collection, we had to evolve throughout the process, because the idea we had initially was to build a system where people get the NFTs and we pay for mining servers, and they get Bitcoin being mined on their behalf. That was the plan initially, right? So we're just trying to create. So it's going to be like if you have one hash on screen, you're going to have access to one hash power. If you had 10, you're going to have access to 10 hash power. So the prices were going to go expensive like that. But we just had to right. We had to reevaluate the whole thing and do something different, because doing that was going to be like creating value for a short term, right? If we're going to be realistic, we had to do something that was going to be like, they're going to take some time to build and actually have some value to the community, right? So what we did there was we're trying to figure out the art, how we're going to go about the art, how we're going to make the art small, because it was, it costs a lot of money to make inscriptions, especially when your size, the file sizes are large, right? So trying to figure out these things, right? People just kept inscribing and inscribing and inscribing and inscribing. That's how we fell at 100 and something K, right? So originally we should have been sub 50K, no cap.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would suck for if you guys kept the hash numbers for the power for the people that only have like 2. I see 5, and then you have some that have like the designs and they have like 50, 100. So
yeah, so we just had to be neutral and come up. I mean, a lot of people were pissed. Some people were like, "Oh no, I came here because of the Bitcoin mining." And I'm like, "Oh, bro, really sorry about that, but we just have to put everybody in mind." Right.
I actually like your platform fee distribution idea better. I feel like the Bitcoin mining distribution idea has been played out a lot. I'm not saying that it's not a good idea, but I just like this idea better. So.
Yeah. So we had to do a lot of thinking. We had to do a lot of calculation, because, I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, one of the most annoying thing about this whole thing is you have to rely on someone. You have to rely on a service that you don't know, and that could suck, especially when things go wrong. And it has to do, like, your reputation is on the line, right? And that's really messed up.
Yeah. So what's next for you guys? So obviously you got this amazing platform. You guys are earning fees and stuff like that. So what are you guys doing? Like what's in the plans, the roadmap, kind of?
Yeah, so we have a lot we're building, and so much we're building, and this is just the beginning because we're trying to build, we're trying to integrate recursion, parent-child descriptions, and we're building a reward system where to keep activities going on the platform. Like um, you come to the platform, you claim points. We want to call it scribe points, right? So people come. It's just I don't know if you're familiar with the um, CoinGecko candy claims, right?
Candy claims.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Could you explain?
Like it's the CoinGecko kind of structure where you come to the platform and you claim candies, and you can use the candies like points to
Oh,
get discounts, something like that, right?
Okay.
So that's
Yep.
what inspired the idea. So we want people to come to the platform. So when you make an inscription, you get some points. When you come to the platform, maybe provide your email, you carry out the task, maybe make a tweet, make a retweet, reply to a post, you claim some points. You can use those points to claim. So we have like varieties of rewards. You can claim merch, tickets to in real life events, right? You could claim inscriptions, you claim free sats. So we're building something like that to really make the system, the platform very interactive. Um, Cash prizes, just kind of things that make it all juicy. So that's one of the things we're building by the side, and we're really excited about that. And one thing we're building that we think is going to be a game changer is, sorry, excuse me. So one thing we're building that we think is going to be a game changer is we're building a creator suite, right? Or the creator suite where we're providing like an all hands on deck platform for creators, because one of our goals currently is to build a platform where creators can have access to all the tools and all the resources they need for a successful launch, right? Coming from the stats, coming from marketing, talking about um, everything they need to have a successful launch. So what we're doing is we want to build. We're actually building, but this is going to take some time. It's probably going to get to 2024. But we're building email tools, marketing tools, like waitlist tools, where if you're launching with us, you have access to customized. You have all this customized to your domain, and we're also building like a shop, right? So you could have access to a customized shop. For instance, you have a collection and you want to drop merch. You want to drop merch. So we want to build something like that for people who are interested in those kind of futures. Maybe you want that, and you want to be able to token gate your shop, right? So it's based. So we're actually browsing through a lot of ideas. We're building a creator suite for creators to actually browse around a couple of ideas. So these are tools that you go to these platforms and you pay. We have a lot of platforms that provide this individually. You have to pay for this, right? So just ways to automate your marketing. So while building, we actually have access to thousands of emails, and we're setting up like a newsletter pretty soon. So we want to give creators the ability to get featured on these newsletters, right? So we're just creating tools for creators to actually shine, right? So that's one of the education. Um, that was the reason why we built the testnet, and I think we were the only ones who actually paid attention to building an inscription platform on testnet, right? So
Yeah.
we want to create like an education platform where you can actually come there and take courses. We want to get we're looking to get features from notable people in the space. Maybe they could have a few minutes talk of encouragement, lecture, right? So just having people who actually know what they're doing. People like, okay, I wouldn't want to call names, but you know what I mean, influencers and the others. So you just come on the platform and they have like pre-recorded courses like this, maybe for 5 minutes, talking about the importance of building this, importance of BRC20, the importance of ordinals, why they stand out, why they're different, why people should pay attention to them. So like an education structure. And at the end, you could get a certificate on common sat I mean, something as cool as that. So these are some of the things we are looking to build, and definitely we're looking to release APIs very soon. So we don't want to rush the APIs because we want to release something that we're 100% confident in, right? So we're really confident in what we have currently, but um, we want people to be able to use these tools like after we've released some features which we're trying to achieve pretty soon. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't realize you could deploy BRC20s here and BRC 1155s. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was I feel like from what I've learned from you today, talking, you have a good handle of your community. When I say handle, I don't mean like control. I mean you guided your community to be this strong, healthy community to where they gave you good feedback, and now you guys have a great product. And you were looking for more than just a collection to be able to for them to mint out and say, okay, this is cool, and it's gonna just be cool, so you can count on that. No, your focus was the product and stuff. So I really love it. Did you have any problems with the reinscription renumbering, considering that you guys are a lower collection?
Yeah, so that had to suck for everybody, especially for the guys who were really early, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but I totally understand. Speaking from a builder's perspective, having to make the code clean, I totally understand if they want to do that. But I totally understand that people had to get special numbers. I mean, degens have to be degens. They have to get special numbers. So imagine you have 69 and gets changed to 89, and it doesn't really make any sense, especially if you spent a shit ton of money to get those, right? But I respect what they have to do or what they decide about that. I think that's where I stand. I respect what they decide, but I think they should consider. I mean, it's a decentral. I think yesterday we were on the space with Casey, and he was like, he doesn't really just make the decisions. He has to make the suggestion first, and the community decides. And I think that's a great approach.
Yeah, I agree. I just discovered something pretty cool on your site that I didn't know was ever available. So I can inscribe basically a .sats name onto a rare sat. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah. So for individual inscriptions and special sats, that's coming out. That's coming live very soon. So we have it live for collections at the moment because our focus were on collections. So we're actually trying to be like the suit for creators, but we also said, okay, let's do some things for individuals, right? So that's gonna be live. We're actually running some tests on those, and they're gonna be rolled out pretty soon.
Awesome.
But if you want to run that out, I can help you from this side. I actually have like the test net for the devs. It's live and it's functioning. It's not just live in production yet.
Yeah. You want to share your screen or is that what you mean? I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood.
I'm actually on my mobile. How can I do that?
It's yeah. No, you won't be able to do it on mobile.
You can send it if you want to later, and we can kind of do like a live example. Yeah. But I think it's great. I mean, this is a really good tool for collectability. Just makes the collectability on Bitcoin shine even more. So
yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, man, this is the part of the show we kind of give our guests the floor to kind of talk to our community, and we just give you a couple minutes. You can really talk about anything you want, and yeah, this stage is yours.
Awesome. Okay, so first off, I'm really excited to be here. I'm not really the person who goes in spaces and talk like a lot of people do, right? But I'm trying to come out. I'm trying to communicate, right? my best part is trying to connect with people. I mean, at the back end, connect with people offline, right? That's where I'm really strong. But I'm trying to, communicate, and I think it's really important to have people like yourselves willing to give, founders willing to, pay attention to builders. I think it's really amazing, and I want to give a shout out to the community, the Ordinal Hashes community first, for believing in us, for building with us. I mean, most of the advice came from them. Most of the inspiration, most of the motivation came from them. We had days where we didn't sleep. We were up all night, and even though the holders didn't, even though the holders slept, but they actually noticed and they were like, "You guys are doing a great job," and that was just like really beautiful for us. And we had days where, building a product, we had to see some errors, we had to see some mistakes, and people who don't really know the platform, or people who didn't follow us from the start, they had some nasty things to say, and we actually saw our holders were like, "Hey, relax, these guys are building something great, building something amazing," and that was really inspiring for us, right? So I want to give a big shout out to everyone who was building something in Ordinals. I think we're all going to make it. It's all going to count. It's counting already as we speak, right? And it's only going to get better from here. I mean, yeah, that's it basically.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I agree with you too. Like, we're all gonna make it. We'll go through the ups and downs, but like ordinals are here to stay. And really appreciate you, Brown, for jumping on and showing our audience and the ordinals audience and community what Inscribable is about.
Awesome, really great to be here. I just sent you the link to the dev. I mean, if you can display it without showing the link, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
definitely.
definitely we'll showcase it. We got to set it up though, because we want to make sure we don't show that domain. But we'll showcase it for sure.
Okay, awesome. So it's you can make individual inscriptions from there. I mean, it's not live on production yet, right? But it's live there. We're already running some tests. We have to test everything properly before they're released, right? That's just the way. And I also forgot to mention some special people. So while building our community, we created, sorry, one sec. We created a group of people called the Testors. So it's basically like test, then the OOO RS testors. Yeah, right. So these guys were just helping us test. I mean, they were just members of the community who wanted to help us test. Like they just volunteered to help us test, and we had to. There were times where we had to build, and they say, "Oh no, these guys do it better. These guys do it way better," and we had to go back and revamp the code, refactor the code, and work. I mean, it was a hard time for us, but it was really amazing seeing people support us at that moment, and I want to give a shout out to those guys too.
Oh yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can't get anything built out without testors. That's for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, Brown, man, it's been absolutely amazing. This was a great interview. I can't wait to put this out. I really think a lot of people are really gonna see this and really come flying to you guys, man. So I really appreciate it, and I think you guys are building something really special and something very needed.
Yeah.
And we definitely thank you for that.
Yeah, and also I want to give a big shout out to you guys for bringing we guys up here, right? I mean, people like you, you make people who are not in the space yet, or who are trying to get into space, they see the light even before even getting into space. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, if we have random people and they don't know anything about ordinals, they don't understand anything about others, they just have to go to your platforms and they check out content and they're inspired, right? And I think that's truly remarkable.
Yeah,
100%, man.
Yeah, we appreciate the kind words, and we do this. I said it today in a chat, but we do this for the culture. Like we do it for the ordinals culture, right? Because these smaller projects that like are just starting, it's easy to lose motivation if like you're not you don't have a platform to really speak with. And so we just want to provide that for, as many builders as possible, as well as get the information to, the community. So
exactly. Like we're
Yeah,
not devs, but we
right.
just try to bring what we can do to everyone else. And this is something that we thought of and something that we want to do every single day. And we love talking to people like you. Like I learned so much today just by
Yeah.
sitting here with a conversation. You know what I mean? So it's been amazing.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Awesome.
We'll definitely have you on
Great to
again.
connect.
100%. And if you guys have any updates or anything, please get in
Sure.
my inbox and we'll have you on again. And it should be amazing.
Amazing. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, Brown.
Brown.
You have a nice
See
day.
Yeah, have a nice day.
All right.
Have a good one.
I did it again.
No, you're
Sorry,
good.
man. But I just want to thank Brown, man. I want to thank everyone in the community. Absolutely amazing conversation. Really like what these guys are doing, and we're really going to start getting more and more of these guys on because what we think they're doing is very special.
Yeah. And for those that are, doing an ordinal collection, I would really kind of pay attention to how Brown kind of, seemed like how he developed his community, because it seems like they're very, very involved, which you need that to be. You don't want another like just 10,000 PFP and then you just want, don't water it and expect it to grow. So I don't know. That's just something that I've noticed over, the numerous builders and stuff that we've interviewed, that those that do that, they see their projects grow. So.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're a builder, I mean, Brown was so easy to get in touch with. I'll have all his links in the description below. Check them out. Go hit him up. Ask him, how he got what you should do. He'll probably give you the advice. He's a really nice guy. So, and I think that everyone in this space is really like that. So I think that's why we're going to be so successful. We're all just trying to help each other. So.
Yeah, and one thing I love too is that like almost every single builder that has like a useful tool always talks about how they're willing to share their API, right?
Yep.
And to me, that's like, man, that's like the type of energy that needs to keep going in Ordinals, because who knows, maybe you have a different type of website, but plugging in this API can offer your community, another feature or something. So definitely awesome.
Yep, just want to thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing, doing everything. You guys have been absolutely amazing. We're growing every single day, and we just thank you guys. We want to thank you guys as much as possible because you guys are the reason why we keep doing this, and your likes really help, and just like really bringing in content and talking to these builders. And thank you for watching.
So. Yep, we appreciate it. Y'all have a nice night. Peace.
Yep, and the revolution will be televised by us. Thanks, guys. Peace.